Welcome to Mark's Motorsports and Farming channel. This video will give you an overview of the hay job I have to do here, and the guy that burns this land and who gave me the job would like to have it done fairly soon. Just gotta make sure that the weather conditions are right and so forth. So yeah, to start with, got a little meadow patch here, which will be the first to get done. And he did say that I'm entitled to do the roadside that's up there, but if I don't feel like doing it, then I don't have to. But if I do feel like trying to do that roadside, then I can, and it wouldn't hurt for him to have the extra bale, or however much it'll amount to. This that I'm showing you is not part of the job. Neighboring property. So yeah, just this little middle patch up here that belongs to that is part of the job I have to do. And there's a little crossing here, crossing over a little ditch into the second area that's part of the job. This goes down. I don't think it goes all the way down to that body of water necessarily, but it's close. There you go. And then obviously there's a tree line where the second field here quits, or the first seeded field. That first area is more of just a patch of native grass, basically. We might be into a little unsettled weather here. Yeah, I haven't heard any sort of a detailed forecast today yet, so I don't know that for sure. But we did get an inch of rain yesterday afternoon and evening, so I guess this is pretty light ground, so shouldn't have to watch for too much as far as that goes. The risk of getting stuck is supposed to be pretty minimal here, if there even is one. I'm basically driving along the property line here. So right where I'm driving is as far north and east as this property goes. through there. And there is the third area down there. I might not be able to see it with the camera. I'm just trying to remember right now where the crossing's at. I don't think it's here. I think it's more where that tree is. Yeah. The guy showed me where it was. I know there is a crossing into over to the third area, but I think there is, but yeah, that's all wet way down there. Where is it? I see vehicle tracks down there. And I'm drawing a blank right now where the third area is at. Yeah, it's been a few days since the guy showed it to me where all I have to go. And I'm wondering if this tree didn't recently break down since he showed me this. I guess I'll try walking for now. It'd be a ways to walk if this is the path down to it. But now the route that I have to take in order to get over to this farm, one of the roads that I have to go on is fairly narrow. You know, they just barely made it wide enough for 2 vehicles. Okay, tracks are way up there. Somebody started coming down here. But anyway, one of the roads I have to go on in order to get here is fairly narrow. So, I'm not sure if I'll be able to get the this vine over here is the only thing, just because it's that narrow. It's narrow enough to where that would probably take up most of the road, and then I don't know if I'd be able to pull off to the side enough to let a vehicle go by that's coming from the other direction. But I almost have to use that road though, because otherwise the other two alternative routes that I could use to get here are very busy highways, and that's even more risky. But one way around that would be for me to bring the Dismore out here, and then that folds up into the airways, and then I'm able to move with a lot less width, which it would take me longer to get this all done. But at least there wouldn't be any sort of traffic concerns, Whereas the rake and the round baler, I will not have that issue with either of those. Okay, now I do somewhat remember this. Yeah, I know there was a longer field road they took me on. In order to get to the third field that's part of this. Yeah, I just don't remember going down a slope that's quite that steep. I mean, I've certainly seen a couple of worse ones, but yeah, part of the third field, if I remember right, he did say that it does drain into this body of water that's here. I'm guessing that the guy that's been cutting this, probably lives a lot closer than me, but he just recently, told my boss or the district manager is basically what he is for Mustang seed that I sell for. Just recently, he isn't known for very long that that the guy that's been doing it for him isn't able to do it. So that put him in more of a pinch, and I'm one of the closest to this ground that he knows of. So I thought, well, I'll help him out here and get a crop of hay off of here for him. And then he was hoping that at first that once I'm able to come out here and get this crop of hay done for him, then he was thinking of tilling the 2 tillable pieces up and planting a crop of early maturing soybeans, but whether I'll still be able to get this done soon enough to where he'll be able to do that is, you know, hard to say right now. I hear he must have had another tree fall down. Yeah, I don't remember that tree being there. In fact, I don't think it was, because it's laying right where the tracks are. There's another little patch of grass that I could cut. Okay, here we go. Now we're almost up to what's basically the 3rd area that's part of this hay job here. Yeah, it's a pretty good sized hill here, I'd say. Yeah, he drove me around the perimeter of this 3rd area. Here to close to me. And as you guys can probably tell, it's certainly more than ready to be cut down. I mean, this certainly isn't the only case, you know, where I've ended up cutting hay down that's this mature. Like I said, part of it too is because my boss hasn't known for very long that the guy that's been doing it isn't able to do it. Yeah, probably a wet area down there. Yeah, there's some of this same mixture down there, which That'll still be cutting at, because that is part of the job I have out here, getting this hay made for him. So I'll have to catch a more of a detailed weather forecast than what I have so far, and try to determine when I'll be able to come out here and get this all cut, or cut it and basically start getting it made. Yeah, there it goes over to that tree line there, and almost to the planted field there. I'll have a better idea when I start cutting, if it actually does border the planted field or not. So there you go. I give you guys a quick video here before it gets too dark of the hay job I have to do. So it's actually a pretty good thing that the tracks I saw were the actual ones that lead to this